Me. Welcome back to Nick Lenz's Comic Corner Classic Known Classics. This is episode number 2485 and Doubleshot number 20. I think it's 2379. Two more DC trays for you. Okay. First one we have is Superman. Godfall. You're thinking, wait, where's the picture? Yeah, it's covered up. I'm sorry about that. You know what? Let's do this, because I want to rip that thing. Alright, that's what the trade cover looks like. Yeah. Now, this book collects from Action Comics 812 813, Avengers Superman 625 626, and Superman Volume 2 issues 202 203. The writing here is done by Joe Kelly, Michael Turner, and Tala Caldwell. Michael Turner does the cover right here. Mostly put, the big story for this is that you have Superman riding a motorcycle. Suppose that Krypton was it's actually Kandor. Yeah, the story for this one is that Superman has got amnesia and thinks he's a cop on Krypton, even though he's wearing the S symbol. He's got a hot alien girlfriend, and he apparently hangs out with a kid. He's a police officer. His actual wife knows he's missing and goes to free him. It's a very weird story arc, per se. Do I think it's bad? No, not really, per se. It's weird, though, the fact that this is a crossover. Yes. A very brief crossover. It's like 6 issues. Yeah, and the main character of this book is Lila, which I've heard she's actually based upon one of the characters from Aspen stuff, from the Aspen stuff. Yes. Witchblade? No. Yeah, it's just by far one of the most weirdest stories I've read. Yeah, there is a character from this story arc, Lila. Okay, yeah, it's basically similar to his character, Phantom. Yes, this mermaid character. Yeah. a quite interesting but weird story per se. What I recommend for Superman fans? Yeah, go ahead, check it out. It's not bad per se. It's just that it's a weird story that came out back in. Let's see, how long ago was this first issue released? Where are you? 2004. Yep. Oh, and by the way, Lila, who kind of is the person responsible for this whole story. Yeah, here's the strange thing about her. Like, right after the story wraps up, her next appearance is in. Well, she actually made her first appearance in. Well, she's a pre-Flashpoint character. They redesigned it this way. I'm looking at basically what was her last appearance. Well, they say here was actually 203 because right after the story wrapped up, she was never seen again. Yeah. It's a interesting idea for what they did for Superman. There was something just across a few titles. Of the 3 books, basically, Axe Comics basically continued, no problem after this. Superman Volume 2, that would last for another about 23 more issues before it was ended and then the numbering was continued. Superman. Well, Adventure Superman kind of the same way. And here's something interesting though about this book. That with this book, I've now reviewed from I think it's 202 for Superman to. And this is going to Superman Volume 2. I think it's mostly up until 215. Yeah, 215. Or it could be more. Let's see. Yeah, I'm trying to basically find out if sorry about this. It's just gonna take a minute. Okay, so since I covered Strange and Visitor, I've covered 201. Okay. Sorry about this. I'm sorry. I'm just looking at some stuff here. Okay, so I have covered 216. Okay. But what about 217? Yeah, I covered and Superman versus Shazam. That's why I covered that one. Olmec project. So it must be in Sacrifice, maybe? Yeah, I'm thinking basically like, have I pretty much covered like a lot of this stuff here? Okay, so there's a little bit left to go for the 200s. 200, I don't think I've covered that one yet. No, I don't think I have. So yeah, that'll be covered in there. Book 200. No, I've not covered this one yet. I'm not sure what the heck this book collected, but I'll look it up later. Alright, so I'm going to give Superman Godfall a 8 out of 10. It's not bad. Our next something really good, we have Stargirl by Geoff Johns, which collects the entire Stargirl series, the 14 issues, issue 0, along with JLA All-Stars number 4. This is basically all about Courtney Whitmore. Yeah. Oh, if you're curious about the cover, this is done as promotion for the Stargirl TV show, which has been canceled. Really? Yes, really. Excuse me. Yeah, it didn't last very long. It lasted for 3 years. Excuse me. I did see her debut at Dark Crisis Infinite Earths, and I did like the idea of the show. I thought it was kind of weird, though. They had to basically remake. They got to give interesting idea to get their own series, but it's like, okay. So, mostly put is basically about Courtney's time when she was in high school. It's basically her in Blue Valley. It's basically her story. Of course, Geoff Johns created her, and of course he named her after his late sister Courtney Johns, who died in the plane crash a few years prior to this book coming out. Nice gesture of him to do that. Yep. Of course, you have Scott Nolans and Lee Meir, Dan Davis, Chris Woodson, John Stokes, Mike McCone, and Wayne Fusher. Of course, you also have, besides Geoff Johns, you have James Robinson and David Square. Now, here's a little fun fact about this trade and myself. For a while, I've been seeing this my little comic shop, and I have been considering for quite a while possibly to buy this thing. The problem is the price is a bit high. It's like $35 for this thing. And you're like, why don't you just buy it? Well, try to save money. Yep. So, basically we get Courtney. One thing we don't get in here, and this is something I don't know why Geoff Johns never explained this. When in the world did Pat, aka Stripesy, meet Courtney's mom? Yep. Of course, he does get a chance to meet Jack Knight here once. And it shows the fact that Geoff Johns has respect for DC's history. And he does not want to throw it at all. Which is great, the fact he does that. Stripesy. Or Stripe. Yeah. They call him Rusty. I would not be surprised, though, if in fact that... How should I put this? I would not have been surprised if Geoff Johns had this character's appearance ripped off from Big Guy and Rusty. I mean, it's a guy in a giant hulking armor who works with a younger kid. You could say it is a ripoff of that, or at least Maybe Geoff Johns got the idea from that. Possibly, yes. Also, one thing that the whole thing of this book is that Courtney did not like the fact she was Lulu Vallis yet. And the thing is, from what I can tell, this is standard fiction where we have a single mom, gets remarried, and then moves to a different town, and the daughter or the son doesn't like it because leaving their friends behind. Yeah, and when she tries to do it, she gets grounded because of various stuff. Excuse me. And the fact she found out that, basically the costume she's wearing, mostly with the belt, used to belong to Sylvester Pemberton, a.k.a. the Star Spangled Kid, the original one, who later became Skyman. Which they do a flashback of how he became Skyman. It is basically a way because Ted Knight wanted him to become the new Starman. He declined it, but he became Skyman instead. Now, if you're curious about Stargirl, where the identity came from, what was the first time she assumed? Was in this very book? Nope. It was in Jail in All Stars number 4. Basically, here's the thing. Her father is a jerk. Yes, Courtney's biological father is a jerk. He's also a criminal. Who basically, when she ran up in here in this book, in his second appearance, apparently he worked for the Royal Flush Gang. Yeah. This book is a lot of fun. If you're curious about Stargirl herself, the TV show, check this out. Plus, here's a fun fact for you about this very book. Did you know this was Geoff Johns' very first work he ever did for DC? Yes, this original comic. Yeah, so fun. Good drama, and the book does not feel dated. Not at all. And I think the artist of this book must have followed Geoff Johns over to JSA because I remember seeing this artwork on JSA. Yeah, one of the artists anyways. But this book is fantastic. I give this book a 10 out of 10. And you're probably thinking, wait, did you review this book already? Kind of, yes. I reviewed a trade to collect the second volume of this book, but now I reviewed this whole series. So you're probably thinking, okay, so what books left to go for Geoff Johns? Because I have reviewed a lot of his work for DC. Indeed, I have. Here's what's left. There is an issue from Impulse. There is the Stargirl Lost Children miniseries. There is his JSA stuff. I have read JSA Classified, I know that. Green Lantern reviewed a good chunk of that already. Let's see. Some stuff here and there. But I'd say, with reviewing this book here, I'd say I probably got done about 50% of Geoff Johns' work at DC. Yes, I do think so. Yeah, so I definitely have worked on 50% of Geoff Johns' work at DC because this guy, in my honest opinion, has never done a bad book. Not necessarily. So apparently for Marvel, I have reviewed only one book he worked on Marvel, and that was Avengers Volume 3, which he worked on almost we worked on about half that book. Yes, mostly that's the only book I got done for him. But with this book in particular done, I pretty much reviewed about, I would say as of right now, 50%. Yes. You could say that there's a book in here for Stargirl, DCU Secret Files and Origins, that could have been his first comic he worked on. Possibly, yes. Yeah. So, this I think is really good. Mm-hmm. and I love the fact they get a chance to do with the JSA stuff. You could say this book is a lot of setup for his time where he worked in the JSA. Quite possibly. Yeah, I do think so. Yeah. But there's no denying the JSA are one of the best books in history of DC Comics. I love the comics for that group. Yep. But yeah, that's going to be pretty much it, particular view, and that sadly is going to be it for videos tonight. So, looks like Spike Sam is going to hang out tomorrow along with the Misfit Team Academy. Okay, next view. Bye.